Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video something that I've kind of been wanting to do for a while. So I'm going to bring up my PowerPoint that I have created and slideshow from beginning. Okay, so these are my 5 tips on dating. I have, there are a ton more that I can come up with, but these are just some of the things that would really help somebody if they were in the same position as I was when I first started dating and you're just kind of not really sure, you're still kind of learning about the person, getting to know them. So these are just some 5 tips. Some of these do, I guess, pertain to if you've been together for a long time or maybe even after you're married. So these are just 5 tips on dating in general, for the most part, for people who are just, starting out in the dating, in a new relationship, basically. And this is obviously by me. And this is just a little disclaimer that I would like to point out that I am no professional when it comes to relationships. These are just tips I have learned along the way before I got married and even after I got married. I hope it helps. So I'm just going to basically read, and I may elaborate afterwards, and I may lose my breath because I am pregnant and I lose my breath very easily. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start. This is tip 1. Be real. Don't pretend to be somebody else. Don't pretend to like things that you don't. Do not do things just because you think it will impress someone. Don't act like someone else when you're not around the person that you are dating. Be confident, but not too much, and just be you. So, just to kind of explain a little bit more, when I say be confident, I mean have confidence about yourself. You don't need to be like, I get some people, they're shy, and that's fine, but just kind of be confident in who you are. Like, know who you are, which you should be doing that. If you're ready to date, you should be confident in who you are. But you also don't want to be like an airhead and you think you're the best and this or that. You kind of get what I'm saying. Don't act like someone else when you're not around the person you are. So don't be 2 different people. Don't be two-faced. Be who you are. Don't be fake, basically. That's pretty much it. Just be yourself, be real, be authentic. Don't have, 2 different acts going on. Tip 2. When it comes to phones and social media, this is one that a lot of people may disagree, or a lot of people may have different opinions, but for me, this is just kind of my opinion, things that I've kind of learned, stuff like that. Text her back in a timely manner. Text or call, by the way. Call her and talk to her on the phone. Texting is great and wonderful, but I really would stress to mostly do talking on the phone, because how will you have a relationship if you cannot talk to the person on the phone or in person? That's a big one, especially when you're just starting out in a relationship. Texting is great, but take time to really talk to that person and spend time with that person. Next one is, this is not necessary, and it also depends on the person you are dating. Some people like social media more than others. If your partner is one of people who is always on Facebook or Instagram, show them off. With that being said, keep in mind that when I say this, I mean in a respectful and polite manner. An example, you can post a picture of you and your boo thing saying, had a great day with my girl, or this guy is really awesome, glad we met, or glad we're dating, just something along that lines. Do not do posting pictures inappropriately of your girlfriend or your boyfriend, or saying, oh, you're so sexy, and that's nice to hear, you're sexy, but it's not really something you really post on social media. I'm not against it. If you do it, that's fine. But it's just always nice to keep that private, if you kind of get my drift. That's kind of going into another topic about privacy, which is something that I did not remember to put on here. But we're just going to stick with these for now. And then I can, if you guys want me to do another one, then I can go back and talk about other things. With that being said, do not let social media control your relationship. It's nice to have social media. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to post pictures. It's wonderful to keep in contact with friends. But if you're always on social media, that's just not good, especially in a new relationship. I would just say that's like a red flag, because that person's going to put is going to be on their phone all the time, and that actually goes to a next point that's going to be coming up on a later slide. When y'all are together, stay off your phone. Turn your phone off if you have to, unless you know you're having a phone call or you're waiting on a phone call or something like that. When you're on your phone constantly, this shows the person that you are not important to them, that their phone is more important than spending time with you. So stay off your phone. I mean, you can check your phone, it's fine, everybody can do that, but just make sure you're not on your phone constantly. Tip 3. This is something that actually me and my husband have a really hard time with. Not for my part, but from his part. And it's just something that he's been really working on. And that's just being romantic. This is mostly for the men out there. Flowers. Get her flowers every now and then. Flowers are lovely, wonderful, unless your girl just doesn't care about flowers. She hates flowers. She doesn't, then don't do that. That's just how she is. Most girls do like flowers and little things like that. Remember, it's the little things that will get attention, that will get her attention. Just by remembering something she likes or doesn't like, that can really make her day. Remember important dates. Do not forget her birthday. Do not forget when y'all met. Don't forget your anniversary. Things like that. Text and call her first. Take your girl out every now and then. Date nights are great to just sit down and enjoy each other. Leave little love notes laying around. It does sound silly, but it actually is a really sweet gesture. This is something I wish my husband would do more often. But life kind of gets in the way once you have kids and you have to work, and that's completely understandable. But it is really cute to, wake up. Oh, there's a little note on the fridge that says, hey, hope you have a wonderful day. I love you. This, that. It's just really nice and a sweet gesture to show that, hey, I still love you. We've been together for like a couple years now. We have kids, but I still love you. So it's just very sweet. These are a few things you can do. And there are a ton more, but these are just a few. Tip 4. Set boundaries. In a new relationship, it is a good idea to set boundaries. I misspelled a few things. Oh my gosh. The main one is a sexual boundary. If it is not what you want, let them know, especially if it comes up. If they care about you, they will respect your wishes. You will know when the time is right. For some of you, that is only after marriage. I highly recommend waiting until marriage, but that's a different topic. This one's just a big one because when you first start dating someone, some people don't care. Some people will jump in a relationship and, have sexual relations right away. If that's you, that's okay. That's, I'm not one to judge. I'm just trying to say if, usually relationships will last longer. It also depends on the person, but usually they will last longer if you wait. If you just give out your goodies within a couple months of knowing someone and not really knowing that person very well in depth, and you just give your goodies out, then that person is like, okay, well, I've got everything I can. What's more to, what more is there? And then the relationship may not work out. Now, this is not true for everybody. There are people who do have relations before marriage and they are married today and they have been married for years and years and years. So it just depends on the person. If you're with someone who is kind of a player, who's kind of just, it doesn't seem like he's gonna be stuck around for a while, don't give up your goodies. I mean, sometimes it is hard because some guys really lay it on and they can slather up a good lie and seem like a wonderful guy, and then you end up heartbroken and stuff. Unfortunately, sometimes that does happen. It's a lesson learned. Yeah, about the after marriage, this really goes into my religion, how I, grew up thinking. It's best to wait till after marriage, but, do you, boo. So, anyways, I'm not one to judge. Phone. Your partner shouldn't be looking through your phone whenever they want. It really depends on the person and the relationship. If you can't trust him, you shouldn't be with him. Personally, my husband and I are on each other's phones from time to time. And for us, we both have nothing to hide, and we are willing to give our phones up without questions asked. This is pretty much self-explanatory. I'm not saying no, you can't look at your boyfriend or girlfriend's phone. I think if you suspect something, or you just want to, you know, hey, can I see your phone, or can I watch something on your phone? If that person is defensive, that's a sign there. You know, it's not really, maybe they're hiding something. And then that's to the point where I would be like, okay, well, let me look through your phone. For me and my husband, honestly, we looked through each other's phones before. We literally have said, okay, let's swap phones. He took my phone, I took his phone, and we just looked through each other's phones. That's just us, though. Some people will probably really say that's a bad thing that we do that. And some people will be like, yeah, sure, it's okay. You're married. If both of you are willing and have no problem with that, then it should be fine. The next thing is, there are probably a ton more that I can come up with. But these are the two importance that I really found that were most important. What are you doing? Up. 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 Why is the tub on? Are you going potty? Yeah. You go potty. You go potty now. You already pooped in your diaper. That's great. Y'all gonna have to give me a minute. Parenting duties call. Why didn't you go poopy on the toilet before you pooped in your diaper? Huh? When you feel like you gotta go poo poo, you go sit on the potty. Okay? Are you done? Come. Put the diaper on. No. I got work to do. And my final tip is have common goals. A relationship is best when you have two people who want the same thing. An example is if a man wants to go to college and get a degree, but a woman wants to get married and have children right away, that woman may not be a good fit for that man, and vice versa. I say this because children are a blessing, but trying to go to school and work and take care of children is really hard. That man may not want that for his life, and that's okay. This is why it's important to know what you want going into a relationship. And I said, yes, sometimes things happen, like unexpected pregnancy, and if things like that happen, it's best to stay together and try to work it out. This isn't always going to work out, obviously. It just depends on the people and their situation, but that's just my opinion, though. Some people may disagree, and that's okay, too. Everyone is different. I also just want to say, I guess almost like another example, is just if you guys both want to travel the world, that's good. You guys are good fit for each other. Now, some people may not get that option. I'm going to kind of get into a personal situation just for me personally. For me, it's always been my dream to travel the world. Fortunately, I can't do that. I ended up getting pregnant when I was 19 and had my baby at 20. So automatically my dreams, my things, it's not that they disappeared. I still have them, but it's just everything changed because I now had a baby to take care of, a baby that needed me, and we can't travel the world around with a baby and a toddler, and it just kind of didn't work. So my best option was just to enjoy the life that God, that happened to be what God wanted in my life, and that was to be a mom at the time. So I still want to travel the world, but one day that will happen. And this is just kind of a good example, is to say that even though two people have different, dreams and stuff, you guys can still make it work. It just depends on the person. But I think if you're just starting out in a relationship and you automatically, you know, you're like, okay, he's not right for me. He wants something totally different than I do. It just wouldn't work out. Then know then and there to say, hey, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad, you know, we met, but it's just not going to work out. So don't waste your time, and don't waste that person's time either. So yes, with that being said, that is the end of my tips. I have probably a ton more, but I knew this video was probably already going to be like 10-20 minutes. So I just wanted to give out a few tips while I can. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, leave comments if you want. I just ask that you guys keep things nice. Everyone's going to have an opinion. If you're going to put your opinion down there, be respectful. There's no need to sit here and be rude or say anything crazy or anything like that. Okay? So, thank you guys for watching. Bye.